A very powerful Cialdini law of influence is one we create ourselves, operates on ourselves from within our own brain, but works outside of our conscious awareness. Researchers have demonstrated this by going into a neighborhood they'd split into two different halves. The first half they go into and ask everybody who lives there if they could put up a huge politically charged sign on their front lawn. Everybody says no. The second half they go through and ask everybody if they could put a very small, very politically neutral sign inside their front window. Many people say yes. One of the unexpected benefits of being a personal trainer to Hollywood stars is most personal trainers end up having sex with their clients. Since getting in shape for multi-million-dollar movie roles is critical, the Hollywood stars often live with their personal trainers up until the movie is finished. They eat together, they exercise together, and they sleep at the same time and eventually together. When people share a lot of common daily activities, sex can be inevitable. Most big problems, if not all big problems, in modern society come from our ancient instincts being out of calibration. This is very easy to see with food and hunger, but it also affects all other important areas of our lives. For example, when ancient humans fell in love with each other, they thought about each other a long time while they were apart. The men went hunting sometimes for days at a time. There was a lot of social proof on both sides urging them to get together a long time before they got together. There was a lot of social proof on both sides keeping them together after they got together. And they couldn't and wouldn't get together until the man proved his worth as a hunter. It was a very public attempt to demonstrate that he was worth her love, something that not only benefited him and her, but the tribe in general, since his drive to impress her by killing a very large animal would also very much help out the entire tribe. Generally speaking, anything that starts with a massive public commitment, like killing a big animal to prove your love, will help cement a relationship. There is this guy who can get inside people's dreams. Some say he learned this from his work in the MK Ultra program, but others say he studied and practiced somewhere else. This guy is very expensive, but this guy is also incredibly effective. Because once this person has established himself inside your dreams, he has a permanent attachment. First, you need to spend a lot of time getting into rapport with your target while they are sleeping. Then you need to spend some time simply as a background figure in their dreams. This part can take up to 2 months. Once they become familiar with you as a background figure in their dreams, you can slowly upgrade yourself. Once you've established yourself as a main character, a familiar dream archetype, that's when you can program them from within their dream state. Because once you've established yourself as this familiar archetype, you can essentially present yourself any way you like. All of us have a secret archetype that we'd consider our own guardian angel. For some, it's an actual angel. For others, it's more like a vague spirit guide that can take many forms. But once you establish yourself as this archetype in their dreams, you can command them to do anything. You can essentially slowly and completely drive their behaviors. You can drive their economic behaviors. You can drive their physical fitness behaviors, their romantic and sexual behaviors, even their legal and illegal behaviors. The best part is you never have to meet your target in real life. This process is completely remote. In modern times, people hook up very much like we used to. A little bit of an initial spark, some scarcity, a little bit of commitment and consistency tossed in for good measure, and Bob's your uncle. But what's missing today are the external incentives that kept people together in the past, which is why it's very, very easy to start relationships today, but it's very difficult to keep them going. The only way to do so is to engineer them that way from the beginning. to make sure you have a lot of shared goals, shared backgrounds, and will create a lot of shared experiences. In the absence of external incentives to stay together and the increasing number of negative social incentives, you'll need to maximize your internal incentives. Of course, once the movie is over and the actress gets paid, the personal trainer goes off to his next conquest. But this doesn't just happen in Hollywood. Personal trainers tend to be in situations that much more naturally and organically leverage the ancient triggers required to, at the very least, spark some strong sexual attraction. A week or so later, they come back and ask the people with the small signs to put up the big sign, the one that everybody said no to in the first neighborhood. But among the people that accepted the small signs, about 30% of those people accepted the big signs. With no warm-up, nobody would accept the big sign. But with some small and easy steps taken in that direction, a not insignificant number of people eventually accepted the big sign, which kind of suggests that you can pretty much get anybody to do anything. First, pick a big outcome that you'd eventually like your target to take, and then figure out as many small steps you'd like them to take in that direction. Get them going along that path and let their subconscious instincts do the rest.